Okay, I know I haven't done a video for a couple of weeks. I'm just finalising my designs and I'm nearly there. I'm doing a lot of CAD work, but I'm not putting too much of that up because it's just repetitive. So what I've been doing in the meantime is getting my machines all trammed in and lined up and dialed in correctly. So I've spent the last couple of weeks actually aligning the headstock. Well, I've levelled the bed and then I've aligned the headstock and then aligned the tailstock. So I did that by using a ground bar with taper attachment adapters to get me sort of more or less in the ballpark figure. And then of course I did the dreaded cut test, which just takes ages, and then you have to adjust it. Right, I'm trying to get the head of this lathe lined up, done the bed. I did do it the other day and I've got it within 5/100ths of a millimetre. So if one side is reading say 1.0, this side will be reading 9.95. So it is pretty close, but I think I can just get it a bit better. And I'm actually trying to do this without opening the door, so because it's blowing a gale outside and it's really horrible. Right, so I've taken the drive dogs off. Those are for around the back. These are in here. These take the drive from the main gearbox down to the lead screw and the feed screw. And this is so I can get to the two adjusting bolts there, otherwise it's impossible to get to. Right, so I'm going to slacken off the 4 bolts that hold the head down now to make this thing so I can get at it. I should have put the dial on first. Set this off as 0. There, right. Should have done that first. Slip up there. Move. So now I'm going to turn the adjusting screws. And I'm going to go from this is from doing it the other day, so I kind of know which way I've got to go. Which is not that way. Right, let's take a cut to see where we are. And I've got to do everything manually because the gearbox is disconnected. Well, feed gearbox. Being totally wrong. Answer that. Forty point 40.42. .37. Oh, that's pretty freaking close. That is pretty close. Should we dare go one microscopic amount more? Yes, of course we are. Right, finally, I think I'm happy with it. So I mean, it's really finicky. So that is 39.5, 39.6. pretty much exactly, and a tickle. 39.6. And this end is 39.59. So it's 0.015 out. So I'm going to take that. That's really, really quite good. Taking quite a bit of time actually to faff around to get that right. Right, so with the back off, you can actually see it a lot easier. So there's one of the bolts that holds the head down to the bed. There's the other one, and these are the two adjusting screws. Now I'm just going to put all this gear back together. Right, what I'm going to do is align the tailstock up with the head now. Now I'm going to use some adapters. Now I cleaned all these the other day, and I cleaned the inside of that, so it's all really super clean. I'm just going to put that in. Now these dead centres, I turned them the other day just to make sure that they're both exactly the same. So I've got this lead liming tool. Put that in there like that. Right, start again. Got everything set up right this time. So dial the indicator into 0. There. I went back. And it's 2/10 out. So actually I prefer to do it the other way, so I'm going to go to 0 here, like that. And then go this way. Oh, getting far off, you know. It really isn't. It isn't far off. I did line this up the other day. I mean, it's less than 100th of a millimetre out. That's showing 0 exactly. In fact, proof, focus. No, don't focus that close. Focus. There. 0, right? It is 0. Now, coming along, I'm going to go really carefully up that bump. Into the middle. How do you make it focus on that bit there? I mean, well, it is 0. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Look, it's exactly the same. So, happy that's okay. Like I said, I did do this the other day, so why is this camera going all funny? Just focus, you damn thing. Right, the other thing that I'm doing is I'm levelling or tramming in the bed of the milling machine. This is something that's never been 100% right, so I'm going to do it properly now. Oops. Yeah, so you put these in, these two indicators that come in the kit. Tighten them up. Okay, and then do all this by hand, so no machine, switch the machine on. And first of all, I'm going to calibrate them. So I'm going to turn that round to, let's say, set 0 maybe at the bottom. Just because. So that is at 0, there at the bottom. And then I'm just going to turn this round, which isn't that easy, without kind of plonking things. And in exactly the same place. And this one. Zero that one. So they're both reading 0 when they're in the same place. So now, very carefully spin it round. You can see it's an absolutely tiny tickle. Let's take that out. That one is 0.02. What is that measuring in? Is that thousandth, 2,000th out on that side? So let's see if we can correct that now. Now, at this point you have to be really careful not to mess this up. Because like with the lathe, just literally the undoing the bolts adjusts it. See, that adjusts it by 1,000, just by 1,000th, just by undoing the bolt. So I'm going to leave it at that. Happy with that. Real focusing problems today. It's pretty horrible, Ruby. I don't really fancy getting out of the car, to be honest. And of course some CAD stuff as well. So I'm doing two designs. This one is the 900mm pressure hull. The design for this isn't completed yet, so that one is going to be, I'm pretty sure is going to look something like this when it is done. I might just put a bigger dome, a protection dome there. Not sure about that yet, but this is, I'm feeling that this is where I'm getting to with this particular design. In the meantime, I'm doing a smaller one which is going to be quick and simple to make. Yes, it kind of started off like this. This was my original thought for this idea, and it's kind of changed into this. I've really simplified it as much as I can. I've put some saddle tanks up there. These, I've actually already got these. These are all really standard sizes, easy to get. And I've just made sure that everything, oh, that's not what I want to do. Everything clears
like that. I'm not quite convinced about that linkage there. That might not be quite right, but as you can see, if I just switch that off, I've just made it really simple. I just connected the valves directly to the control levers, so like that. I just want to show you the analysis there. So I really tried to put this linkage on the outside, but it just practically wasn't worth it. So I've had to put the linkage on the other side, on the inside, which so I might think of something different for that. But that seat was just one I get off the out of the catalogue. I think that's about it. Oh, and I've started to do the drawings for it. So each part gets a drawing, obviously, so that I've got something to work with. So that that there is that piece there. That's one of the drawings that I've done. So I can get the quotes coming in for those. It's taken me a long time to get to this stage, which is why I haven't done a video for a while, but I'm definitely getting there. So I think this design for the future, this design to get on with something quick at the moment,